What's up, everybody? It's RobLive. We are back in the studio. It's spring break. Jim, can we get the
Yeah.
DJ Jim Chance. Woo! Yeah. I'm excited because I'm on break and I get to stay out and sleep late and wake up. Teach your life, right? Teach your life. Jim, how's spring break treating you?
You know, it's good. We just got back from camping.
Millerton?
Yeah, and it's not as hot.
Beautiful
but it's
pictures.
starting to get warm, man. It's starting to come.
Starting to warm up.
Yep.
Get a little warm in these rhinos.
Yep.
You guys know that Ace Ventura reference? You ever seen Ace Ventura? Gotta watch it. Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, that's a graphic we don't want to remember. Yeah.
The rhino. All right, so guys, as always, we want to appreciate that support coming in because we want to bring you the best guests possible, and I think we have one today. And so if you would like and subscribe to support our efforts, we're going to make sure to bring you the best possible entertainment via instrumental inspirational interviews with Mr. James Chance. Jim, let's look around, dude. Like, this place is beautiful. Everyone who comes in here is impressed by the studio, and
Dude, I still get impressed. What do you mean, everybody?
Yeah. But we want to recognize that, Jim. I think we take it for granted sometimes. All this, guys, the angles, the cameras, the special effects, right? That's all. Can I give you a round of applause for Mr. James Philip Chance for putting it all together.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it.
He loves it. He just had a birthday, right? April 8th?
April 8th, yeah.
So
well,
he's
the
21
whole
now?
month,
Anyone want to buy him his first beer?
Yeah. No,
21. 21.
I wish I was 25. Jeez.
So, okay, can I tell the story
Yeah,
real
go
quick?
ahead. Yeah.
Before we get started and introduce Matthew, I want to tell this quick story. So I say, hey, I'm going to go surprise Jim. Jim's a friend. I want to come to his school and surprise him. So I show up on a weekday. And so he's not anticipating me at all, because he's thinking I'm at work. And so I tell his secretary, hey, let me in the back door and let me go surprise Jim. So Jim is in the middle of grading. So he's in let me finish the semester mode, right? He's in serious focus mode. I get in there. I've got a cake. Surprise! And you would have thought I killed this cat, right? That was the expression I got. And I was like, what is wrong with this man?
When a man walks in, one of our rules is no cake. We're not supposed to have any.
I broke all the rules.
I was watching playing a movie during the kids while I was grading, which is a no-no.
Okay, he's throwing himself under the bus now.
It turned out all right. But no, I appreciate it. It was really a highlight of my day.
Strawberry funfetti was the cake. Anyway, we have some more surprises for you today, and one of those is an amazing guest who has inspired me on a fitness journey, watching him on YouTube. Mr. Matthew Westwood, welcome to the studios.
Hey, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so Matthew, we're going to talk a little bit about how I discovered you. I'm always on YouTube, right? And I'm a YouTuber. Me and Jim are always trying to, look at other people and see what they're doing. And in this particular case, I jumped over to Facebook for whatever reason, and I saw this general invite. It said, hey guys, if you want to come walk with me and help me, burn some calories, I'm going to be in front of the Lemoore Rec Center at this time on this date, whatever. I said, this is so cool. Here's a man who's on his own fitness journey, but he's trying to help other people as well and encourage them to walk. And he said, come walk with me. I'm Matthew Westwood. I'm on a journey. And I believe at the time it had said that I was currently at my heaviest 640 pounds. I'm trying to get down to about 250.
Yeah, around there.
Around 250.
280.
And so then I'm hooked, right? I'm like, I want to be a part of this journey. I want to learn more. And so I start following Matthew on YouTube, and I'll send his link, you guys. You can follow Matthew as well. He's talking about his day-to-day. He's showing you the food that he eats. He's referencing trainers and dietitians that other people can use. And so what I loved about Matthew and made me want to bring him into the studio, Jim, is that he's not only on his own journey, but he's also taking the time to help others find their way. And anything he's ever figured out along the way to help him with his weight loss journey, he is sharing daily. He's very unselfish in that way. So, Matthew, I want to start from the beginning. You are from Lemoore, California originally?
Yeah. I was originally born in Los Angeles and then moved to Lemoore when I was a young guy.
I think you said 6th grade. Is that right?
Yeah, around 4th, 6th grade, around
4th,
there.
6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so your education experience was through the Lemoore system. We'd say Lemoore Elementary,
Yes.
Lemoore High School.
Mm-hmm.
When you were in high school, were you involved in any sort of activities, extracurriculars?
No, I wasn't. I was part of like storytelling and things like that. Tried to get into drama. Wasn't really into sports. Wasn't really allowed to play sports. My mom didn't really want me going down that path.
So you get through high school, and then you're off into the real world. What was your next move after that?
In the real world,
after high school?
I had to grow up pretty fast. I had a lot going on in my personal life. Both my parents passed away when I was pretty young. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no.
So when they're gone, who steps in to raise you?
Well, by then I'm like a grown man in my head, 18. But my sister, she's been there with me, along the way, and I'm thankful for her and for some friends. I was able to live with some friends for a time until I got back on my feet.
Wow. I'm assuming that having both parents out of your life at an early age played a role in how you perceived life and how you moved through life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, things changed in an instant.
Oh, so this was overnight type of thing.
Yeah. My father, when he passed when I was like 9 years old. And so,
okay, so he was gone much younger.
And then my mom, when I was a young adult there. But yeah, just her, getting sick and things like that and going away, it happened pretty fast.
Were you guys close?
Oh, yeah. No, that was my best friend.
Wow. So you lose your best friend at 18, and I'm sure mentally that took a toll. And so then after school, your mom's gone. Is it college? Is it work? What's your direction?
My direction was to go to college. I was taking classes at West Hills, Lamar College, while I was in high school. And then when all that happened, it was like, okay.
Kind of derailed you?
It derailed me. My focus wasn't to go to like university or anything. It was to perhaps learn a trade or something and maybe get my AA. But then everything changed from what happened.
Yeah. So now I would imagine that losing your best friend, it kind of puts you in a kind of a tailspin, right?
Yeah.
How do you manage to come out of that?
That's an excellent question. That's something I'm actually working on right now.
So currently.
Wow.
And at some point during this journey, you decide that you want to work on your weight. When does that decision come into play?
It comes into play probably about 5 years ago now, after I gained quite a huge amount of weight. I just feel different in life. I'm not able to do certain jobs. I'm not able to navigate through things and move easily. I'm out of breath. Just different aspects was happening to me that I was like, you know what? I got to do something about this.
What was the like, how everyone has that tipping point where like enough is enough. What was your tipping point to say, I'm done, we're going on a weight loss journey?
That's another great question. It was a lot of tipping points, but me not really realizing that I was at the tipping point. Like me seeing like, okay, this sucks, but then I'll push it off till another day, or I'll wait, before I actually act on fixing what's wrong.
One thing that I admire about you, and Jim, I was watching his video while I was waiting at Liberty High School parking lot for second or third period to start. I was there a little bit early. So I said, let me watch a Matthew video. And this video was it was a ballsy video. Like you just like, hey, I'm going to put myself out there, and it is what it is. So Matthew has this video where he has an Uber driver pull up. Remember this one? And he's trying to fit in the car. Matthew's trying to get in the car. And he's like, dude, I can't physically fit into this vehicle. And he's talking, he's kind of narrating the struggle of what it is to be a large individual trying to live in today's society. And I was like, man, that took a lot to just throw that out there like that. Where does that courage come from?
Yeah, just from deep within. I'm just at a point now where I have to do whatever it takes. I go outside my comfort zone. I've been so comfortable.
Oh, yeah, big time comfort.
So comfortable my whole life. That's how I got to this weight, just being comfortable. And so I got to go outside that realm.
And this is why I admire you so much, because you're so outside the comfort zone. And in terms of, hey, I'll tell you my weight, I'll tell you what I've lost. I'm going to show you my struggles, right? All these things take a lot of courage, because a lot of us, we have these internal struggles and we're like, I'm never going to put this out there. I have family members who get mad if I take the wrong picture of them, right? And it's the wrong angle and I post it on social media. They're like, what are you doing? My friend Paul, he's sitting over here. Jim, I haven't told you this story, but Paul's he's in a nonprofit with me, right? And so we document a lot of what we do. Shout out to Reestablishing Stratford. And he got mad because every video, for whatever reason, I had him eating. And he's like, you always got me eating. Yeah. And I'm like, Paul, I'm sorry. It's just like, I'm trying to catch the shot as it happens.
Well, I can imagine that some of these, whether they're comments from other people, whether they're your own comments about yourself to other people, are little stepping blocks to build up your self-esteem. Does it help that? Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, I definitely look at it like that, because in the beginning it was just like, oh man, like what am I doing? But then I started to get to a point like, yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm a big guy. Yeah, I'm 640 pounds. Yeah, I'm 600 plus pounds. But I'm going to do what's necessary to fix it. You know what I mean? I use that as fuel to push me along the way.
Let me tell you how transparent he is. I'm going to share a story that Matthew told. And the only reason I feel confident saying it on camera is because he put out a video, and this is why I know the story. So Matthew falls asleep in his car, right? Yeah. He falls asleep in his car, and he's got the heater on, right? Because it's a little chilly outside. And because his body was protruding out right up against the heater vent, he burned his stomach. Was it your stomach or chest area?
My stomach, yeah.
He burned his stomach because he fell asleep, and the heater's going, and it's like cooking his flesh.
Cooking my flesh. Like, I did not wake up until someone came out there.
Yeah, bruh. You like that, bruh?
For real. Like, I got the bandage right here. Like, this bad boy is not.
So this is recent.
Yeah.
Because I saw this story the other day, and I was like, this is definitely not one I would be sharing with, but he's like, he's out there. It inspired me because I was like, dude,
But you know what he's doing right now? Look what he's doing right now. He's laughing at it.
Yeah.
And not laughing at him, we're laughing with him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
no, I find it comical because it's just like, dude, like, what's it going to take to wake up, bro?
That's
like,
a total.
Bruh. Yeah, bruh.
So, yeah.
So yeah, and so it's that level of transparency. I was like, Jim, dude, we got to get him on the show. He is fearless. And so you also constantly reference, I don't know if he's a fitness coach, trainer, or dietitian. What's his name?
Yeah, my coach, Cole Robinson.
Shout out to Cole Robinson for coaching Matthew. Can we find Cole Robinson on YouTube, or where do we find him?
You can, yeah.
We're going to share your links as well, Cole. Thank you for guiding him. And you constantly reference him. And I remember watching Matthew. This how I mean, it's step by step. He has a bowl, and it looks like greens, like maybe some spinach, some kale, some stuff. Matthew sits there and eats the entire bowl on camera in front of you, right? To show you, okay, this is what I'm eating. Yeah. This is what it is. And then he'll tell you what time he's going to bed that night. He'll tell you how many steps he took the next morning. He'll invite the community out when he's taking his steps. It's like it's all like
it's
like
need a live feed following him around, right?
Yeah, that was.
I don't know.
Yeah, and people follow. It's like over 7,700, something like that.
Yeah, we got a nice little group there growing, and I got to be a whole lot more consistent. Like sometimes I forget to record or something, or but
yeah,
they get the idea.
How's the support on social media helping you out? Or are they?
All the comments I read were encouraging.
Yeah, they help me out. I mean, here's the deal. Like, I have some people who are very critical of me, and if I share your podcast to my audience, you might see some of those critical individuals in your comments. But they're like tough love, man, and I use it as momentum. And I kind of did to myself because, like, this isn't my first attempt trying to lose weight. I hate using the word failed, because I don't view it as a failure, but I failed a couple times attempting to lose weight and get healthy. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Here I am, and I'm not going to give up. As long as my heart's still beating, I'm going to keep pushing, make it happen.
And so with that being said, and we know you're not going to quit.
Yeah.
What keeps you going?
That is an amazing question. What keeps me going? It's just the belief that, the belief that I can do it. You know what I mean? That's it. It's just that's a great question.
I'm just speaking for him, but I would imagine if you have 7,000 followers listening to you and watching you, that in itself is a lot of people that are on your shoulders. So it's like no pressure, bro. You know,
Like positive pressure. Well, how would you define that?
Yeah, no, it's positive pressure. I feel privileged. Like I feel honored because here's the deal. I'm a big boy still, and it's like, why are you guys following me? You know, I haven't done the thing yet. You know, I'm talking about the thing. I'm showing you how I'm doing the thing. But even though like I haven't finished the end goal yet, and they're still watching me, that's encouraging. You know, that lets me know like, okay, all right, I got to finish this. I got to finish the job that I started, kind of thing, instead of just twirling around. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but
but you're not hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, hey, this is it. This is what it's gonna be. And if you want to be along for the ride, so be it. I'm going to continue moving forward. That's how I took it.
The good, the bad, the ugly, right?
Yeah, everything. So currently, do you mind sharing where you're at currently weight-wise?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right now, I hit the 600 mark, so which is pretty awesome.
Started at 640.
640.
So you've dropped 40 pounds.
Mm-hmm. I've dropped 40 pounds in a certain time period, so my weight fluctuates. That's the part. Like I hold on to a lot of water, a lot of waste, and sorry TMI. So my weight goes up and down, and so my idea now is to stay as far away from the 600s as far as I can. You know, I'm tired of being over a quarter of a ton. You know.
Yeah, mathematically, you're right. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about your process.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start with the most obvious, the intake. So what is your daily intake in terms of calories that you're trying to stay at?
Yeah, so my daily intake right now, like I believe that calories are king. You know, it's all about calories in, calories out kind of thing. So right now, my program that my coach has me doing, we aren't really counting calories, even though
portions
portions either. So what we're utilizing is intermittent fasting. So I'm eating one main meal at the end of the day, and then it's a low fat diet that we're on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's one meal a day.
Yeah.
What time do you eat that meal?
It depends because I work, and so usually around like 5 or 6 o'clock, I'm eating that meal.
The rest of the day you're sipping on water?
So throughout the day, I'm sipping through water. I do start my day off some days drinking like a cup of orange juice, and then it sounds super crazy. So the diet that I'm on is called the sugar diet.
The sugar diet.
Yeah. It sounds crazy. I know.
Yeah. Explain the sugar diet to us.
Yeah. So it's just like how I explained it. It's just we use the sugar diet to make it sound shocking, but we're not out here eating cakes or ice cream and stuff like that. We're cutting off fat. We're just eating strictly sugar. But our sugar that we're eating is sugar that's from like fruit and things of that nature, you know, those kind of carbs. So
is that unprocessed sugar? Would that fall into the category?
Yeah. And so we're eating that. So I'm eating the healthiest I've ever eaten in my life. Like it's crazy. I had apples and I had watermelon last night. I went to Costco and bought some grapes, and I'm feeling good. Yeah.
Good.
Super energy.
Energy levels are up.
Mm-hmm. I cut my caffeine addiction off and all that. And
so your caffeine addiction, did that come through like Red Bull, soda? What was your?
Oh man, I was drinking energy drinks like C4s and stuff like that. It was getting bad. I was pounding back energy drinks. Like,
Did you ever get the shakes?
Oh yeah, I was a city bus driver there in Lemoore.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
So you drive the bus, the cart system?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Do you still do that?
No, I'm not. That's a long story. That's a different story.
What's your current occupation?
Right now, I drive for Uber and Lyft. Yeah.
Uber.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's got to be some good Uber stories about pickups. I have a friend who drives Uber. Shout out to Gabriel Marcus, GM.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all these awesome Fresno stories. So what's your territory?
I'm all over California.
Oh, okay. So you're not limited to just Kings County.
Some days.
What's the longest drive?
Usually I get like 3-hour drives regularly. So a lot of people go to San Francisco or San Jose from Kings County. So it's pretty interesting.
And I'm sure along the way, just like a taxi cab driver, you hear stories.
Yeah.
What's been the most memorable passenger for you?
Most memorable passenger? Just people, man. Like in general, everybody. People have a story and they want people to listen to them. So a lot of time I'm like a therapist in that car. Like people are just.
But you're safe, right? Because I don't know you. I can just leave afterwards, and I got it out.
Exactly. They're telling me like their deepest things, legal,
Deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah, legal secrets. I'm like, I don't want to hear the other stuff, man.
Have you ever had someone get in and they've got like a duffel bag?
Oh,
And you're like, bro, I need to know what's in that duffel bag.
I know, right? Yeah, you get some different characters. I almost got robbed once. Just
What?
different things like that. So.
How'd you get out of it?
They recognized me from like one of my past jobs I had. So thankfully that's.
Oh, and they were like,
saved
I'm
me.
cool. You're cool. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you go."
exactly. Yeah. So they just took off. So yeah, it's just Uber, man. Like it's just dealing with so many random people. And
Do you ever get any celebrities in the car?
celebrities, no.
How about, are you the YouTube guy, Mike? They recognize you from YouTube?
I get recognized a lot, yeah.
How's that?
big
That must be
guy.
pretty cool.
It is, yeah. Like I'm a big dude, and so I don't really blend in. Yeah. I got recognized in New York and Visalia.
New York?
Yeah.
Wow, that's got to be crazy.
I have the biggest, smallest YouTube channel. It's so wild. Like people recognize me. I even had a gentleman drive by my house one time, and he was like, "Matthew," and then I was kind of weirded out. But then he explained who he was. I don't want to put him on blast of who he was, but he was actually an educator. Yeah.
None of those thumbs up. Keep it going, Matthew. Keep it going.
Yeah.
So do people so Matthew does these walks. Are they daily walks?
Yeah. Usually I try to do it Monday through Thursday.
You have a
mainly.
set route?
Yeah. So we do it at the Lemoore Rec Center.
Inside.
Inside.
You
Yeah.
do the laps indoor.
I'm
Smart.
not affiliated with the Lemoore Rec Center or the city of Lemoore. It's just
That's a great spot.
that's just a spot.
Got that AC.
They got AC, man.
I did the walk today at the Lemoore High School track. Do you ever do the track with the stairs?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I don't really go on the Lemoore campus. I don't know. I didn't want to invite people to the campus. I didn't know what the rules were, but
Oh, I see. Because you are inviting people to walk.
yeah, I'm inviting.
How big is your
people.
group when you're walking?
The most I've had was about 10 people.
Now, is it the same consistent people with you, or it changes?
It usually is the same consistent, and then other people who come, some people don't even like come to like walk, like literally walk with me. They walk their own path, and then they'll walk past me and like, "Hey, man, I'm walking with you."
Oh, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know you.
Hey.
Do you have a name like you guys, the Rat Pack, the Map?
We got nothing fancy like that. I'm not fancy.
We got to
So
come.
I had a question because a couple things. We had a previous guest on here, and we were talking about how people have generally wanted to do the quick fix,
Oh yeah.
the pill, the surgery, the
What's
shot.
the shot? What is the shot
The
called?
shot is a big one now.
Like Ozempic and
Ozempic.
stuff.
Yeah,
There's even a song, right?
Yeah, right.
Ozempic.
But has any of that crossed your path to want to do?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I kind of did for a period there. I wanted to get on Ozempic, and I went to go to my doctor, and I was trying to see like, okay, what do I gotta do to get this stuff, And he point blank told me, he was like, "You're not gonna qualify through your insurance and stuff. I'll run it through." He said, "You're actually one of my most healthiest patients." I
Wow.
looked at him. I'm like, bro, I'm like 600. How am I one of the most healthiest patients? Didn't like the FDA approved it for weight loss as well, and it's just because of the fact that I wasn't like diabetic or pre-diabetic.
The blood works good.
Blood works amazing. I don't have no high blood pressure, like nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that.
The walking probably plays
So
a big
now you
role,
got
right?
to now you got to do it the hard way, the real way.
Yeah, the hard way now. Yeah, I got to, man.
Do you pre-plan your meals daily? Like the weekly meal plan?
I gotta do better with that. Right now, I'm just doing strictly just fruit right now as I'm getting ready for my competition coming up. So
You have a competition.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
It's kind of opposite. It's for sumo wrestling. So
What?
I actually had to
There's
lose
a league.
weight.
There's a league here in California.
Yeah, we got clubs all throughout the state of California.
Okay, RobLive. What? There is sumo leagues here in California. Okay, educate us on the sumo
Hey,
community.
you're not even close to looking Samoan.
Oh no, yeah, they're Japanese and stuff. Sumo, like the wrestlers in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
Just I don't know. I just Googled it one day. I was like, let me see if I could become a sumo wrestler and see if there's any sumo clubs here in
There
town.
was.
And boom, it popped up.
Do we have one in Lemoore?
Yeah, we have a club in Lemoore.
Oh, what are they called?
Sequoia Club. Shout out to Matthew Salazar. That's my sensei. Shout out to
Matthew Salazar with the Sequoia Club of Lemoore, a sumo club.
Mm-hmm.
So for sumo wrestling, I imagine there's certain physical attributes you must have.
Yeah.
What are they looking for?
So here in the States for sumo, we have different weight classes and stuff like that. So you could be a small guy, and we also have women too, small women as well.
So is sumo, okay, I'm just going to be from an outsider looking in. The goal is to push your opponent out of the circle.
Exactly, yeah.
By any means possible, or
by
there's
any
certain
means
rules?
possible. You can't like punch somebody.
Yeah.
But you got to push them out the dojo, or any other part of their body other than their bottom of their feet touches the ground, they're out. And so,
so if you knock them over, you win too.
Exactly.
Then have to be out the circle.
Mm-hmm. If you knock them on the ground or whatever, and they started a new rule called the dead body rule, where if you have complete control of them, so if I pick you up and I'm carrying you outside the ring, and I step out first, I still win because you had no control of your body.
I see.
Yeah.
Because you're off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And is it sumo like 3 rounds and then how does it work? Or just the first guy out?
One and done, yeah, pretty much.
So this could be like a 30-second thing if you get somebody good.
Exactly. A lot of competitions do allow you to have like 2 outs. So, and it's all about ranking and stuff like that. So.
Are you currently ranked?
No, I'm not. But like, it's usually ranked at that competition that we have. So the U.S. Sumo Open, the one I'm preparing for.
Is this your first, or you've been doing this?
This is
for a
my
while?
second one.
How'd you do the first time?
I did okay. I made some mistakes here and there, but I was winning all my matches, my first 2, and then my third one, my mawashi, that thing that they wear.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you guys are wearing the full.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The muwashi is what it's called.
It's not a diaper.
Yeah.
Not a diaper.
Not a diaper, but
the muwashi and so everyone has to wear the official gear.
yeah, you can wear shorts underneath or something as long as they don't have like pockets. Or a lot of people just wear like their undergarments underneath.
And the rule, you can't grab that, right?
Yeah, you can grab the mawashi.
But but like let's say I wear anything else, like people
grab
they
it.
can. So it's a disadvantage to wear anything extra.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you really want to be competitive, you just go muwashi, and that's it.
Yeah.
And what do you get from sumo wrestling that has kept you in?
I get that sense of like competition, the edge that, I've been very passive these past few years and civilized, if you could say.
Yeah.
But I lost that edge. And so this gives me competition and just belief in like getting better at something and then community, meaning like-minded individuals who are also participating in this. That's pretty cool.
That sounds very cool. Are your competitions, any of them, recorded on your YouTube channel for us to watch?
There is, yeah. They're online, and this upcoming one, if you type in U.S. Sumo Open 2025, it should pop up, or 24. You'll see the past year one.
Do you ever have someone follow you with a camera, or you do your own camera work?
I do have some people follow me. I was actually looking for an individual who wanted to.
I think I read that.
Yeah, I had a post.
Did you find someone?
No, the only person that agreed was a gentleman that goes by the name Popeye in Lemoore.
Wait. Popeye, who sometimes hangs out in front of Walmart in Hanford?
Yeah, 12th Avenue, the light general, Popeye. Yeah.
That's Popeye.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he was in one of your videos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Australia, Georgia, all the out-of-state individuals, we're referencing a small community in the Central Valley called Hanford. They have a Walmart. And outside the Walmart, as you're pulling out, there's a little areas, patches of grass, where sometimes individuals who are trying to raise money and ask for donations will sometimes hang out. Some we're presuming might be homeless, maybe not. But one of the individuals that I see on a regular basis, he kind of resembles the cartoon character Popeye. And I've seen him, like, you know what I'm talking about, Paul? You've seen him before? In front of Walmart. And so he's a friend of yours.
Yeah, he's my buddy.
Oh, man, we got to get him. What's his backstory?
He texts me every day. Like, he texts me this morning. He was like, hey, Matthew, we're going to record some more. And I'm like, okay, man.
Yeah, he was in your video about the car.
Yeah.
Where he was the Uber driver.
Yeah, he was the Uber driver.
How did you meet Popeye?
When I was driving the city bus, he would ride my bus a lot and stuff. So
okay.
talk and chit chat and stuff like that.
Now, is Popeye a veteran?
Yes, he is.
So he's a veteran, and what's his main occupation?
I don't really know what right now. He's just out in the streets. Yeah, I don't know his situation. I try to encourage and help him, get housing or things of that nature. And he personally just tells me, no, like, this is my calling and this is what I want to do, man. I choose to be out here. His words exactly. And I've never, ever given that man a dime. I've offered to give him money, offer this and that. He rejects every time. He'll accept me buy him like a Powerade or something here and there. But that man has never asked people for money. That's something very beautiful.
Yeah.
Selfless.
Popeye. Shout out to Popeye.
Yeah.
So getting back to your fitness journey, you're trying to get to maybe 250 pounds.
Yeah.
And do you have a timeline for when you think this might occur, or you kind of just whenever it happens?
I'm just going along with it. Definitely would be nice to get close to it by 2026. Yeah. Towards the middle part of it, I'm looking at that as a possible deadline. But there's no such thing. It's not a race. It's not like a sprint.
It's a marathon.
It's definitely a marathon.
So with a marathon, when you think about a sprint, right, you just, boom, you go. There's not a whole lot of thought.
Yeah.
A marathon requires some thought, some strategy. What would you say is the mental aspect to this journey? Is it trying to remain positive? Is it trying to remain consistent? Is it all of those things?
It's all those things, all of the above. Yeah, positive, consistent, and I'm a believer in motivation. I believe motivation is a beautiful thing. It's that spark that sets you ablaze to get you going.
Yes.
But the key of it all is building discipline. Like they said, doing something that you don't even want to do, but doing it anyway,
Yeah.
And that's the idea there. Trying to build that discipline to go out there no matter what, go exercise, eat right, do what I got to do no matter what. And so just building that's the key.
And although you're trying to transform physically, many would argue that this is a mental journey.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. It really is a mental journey. And I try different paths. I don't know if we can really go there, talking about medications and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My doctor has prescribed me medications and nothing against antidepressants at all. They work for people, nothing against them at all. But that was their answer for me. I was on 2 antidepressants at the same time and seen therapists, psychiatrists, and this and that. And I felt like it did help me for the time. But right now I'm just trying to find a path for me to just get better somehow. And man, I don't know what I'm saying again, but it's a process. That's all I gotta say. I've been struggling for years now, and finally now I'm starting to make some strides in a positive movement, a positive direction. And I'm just grateful to be alive. That's all I gotta say. Just grateful to be alive. Grateful to have a fighting chance to make a difference in my life. And if I'm able to help motivate or inspire just another person, that means so much to me as well. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm trying to better myself, I'm happy. That's it.
And currently, you live with your sister, or is she still around?
No,
or?
My sister, she actually got married and stuff. Yeah.
Is she local still?
Yeah.
So, because I'm just trying to figure out who is your support system in terms of family.
Yeah, no, I have my wife, I have my family and stuff like that.
That's right. You're married.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And what role does your partner play in this?
She plays a great role.
Let's go, Matthew.
Yeah,
Does she walk with you?
Yeah, she encourages me and stuff like that. She doesn't. She's kind of camera shy. She doesn't like the whole YouTube aspect and all that.
Yeah.
But she definitely is a great support.
What made you decide to make this journey public and go, hey, I'm going to have a channel and I'm going to document this?
What made me want to do it? I don't know. I just got to a point where you know what? I got to just do something. I got to take a leap of faith and just go and try to fix this at any means possible. And so I was like, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you mentioned faith. Does faith or God play any role in your life?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. I read my Bible daily. I love God and things like that. And so.
Good. Are you affiliated with any local church that you go to, or?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over at Paul. Paul and I are both at Koinonia.
Okay.
Koinonia Church in Hanford. And we have a men's breakfast.
Oh, wow.
That they do once a month, the first Saturday of each month. I'd love to invite you to come one of these days and just be one of our guests.
I appreciate it.
Because I think you're a very inspirational person. Yeah. And I think everyone should meet at least once in their life a Matthew Westwood. And what I mean by that is someone who's courageous in transparency. That is so hard. Because I'll share some things about myself, and I may come across as transparent, but best believe there's some things in that closet that just I'm not ready to share. And then I see someone like you who's like, hey, here it is, guys. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it, and take it or leave it. Yeah, that's freedom, don't you think?
It is freedom. It really is, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to wake up now, like. Dude, I was asleep, like mentally. I was like a hermit in the house, locked away when I was going through my darkest depression days.
Yeah. Was that in reaction to the loss of your mom, or several components?
Several things. And so that's kind of like what my therapist said too. And so, dude, I'm going way off track. I'm supposed to keep this good, positive, inspirational, but
no, you are,
dude. I was like broken. I didn't do nothing. I wasn't working. Like I said, I used to drive the bus and stuff like that. So kind of going back to that, I was drinking a lot of energy drinks and stuff like that. I had like a panic attack while I was driving the bus, and literally had to pull over the bus, and the ambulance had to come and check me and stuff like that. And so it was just that was my passion. I loved driving that bus, man. But I had to put my love aside of me driving that bus for the well-being of my passengers. I looked at them in the mirror. I'm like, these are people's moms and, family, and here I am driving their loved ones. So I had to let that go, and yeah, I had to give up my career kind of thing. And so with that being said, me giving up my career, I couldn't find work. I applied at McDonald's, Taco Bell, all these places, and they looked at my resume and they were like, wow, you're really overqualified. Like, why do you want to work here? And then I felt like also my weight was a factor too, in a way. So I didn't work for almost like a year, no work. And so I got behind on my mortgage by 8 months behind on my mortgage and stuff like that. And it's just crazy. And I started doing the Uber thing and stuff like that. And that's when you see my post about the walks. That's when I woke up. I was like, you know what? Let me post about this walks. Let me just do something, And that's what I decided to do, man. I started doing the walks and I joined Sumo. I started, just different things, man. I started Ubering a whole lot more, and things are starting to look up, I do photography. People start hitting me up about photography. I've been doing that and started making money again. And it's a beautiful thing, just getting back on my feet kind of thing. Yeah.
And we're glad to see it all.
I'm sorry, I'm just yapping.
No, this is good. So
that's part of the voyage.
Yeah,
Matthew, this is what we do.
I'm a yapper.
This is what we do. No, we try to open the gates and let the flood come out, however it may lay out. That's the beauty of, I think, an organic conversation. I used to, early on, and Jim remembers this, I'd have cards with things I wanted to talk about and points. What I found myself doing as an interviewer is I was just waiting to try to get to those points, and it would cut off organic flows in different directions. And I found, and Jim, also gave the feedback that when you allow it to flow in an unexpected direction, that's the beauty of a sincere conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love all the different directions you're going with this.
Yeah, I'm all over. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff, man.
So, are there any bigger platform ideas for this journey? For example, turning it into a documentary, or taking it to other platforms like TikTok or Instagram, or does that already exist?
It already exists. I'm already on those other platforms. As far as documentary, no, there's no plans for that. But
this would be it would be an amazing documentary, right?
I
Just
think
get a
so.
crew and just be like, hey, let's follow Matthew for 2 years.
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. And
I would watch that.
That's what I'm kind of trying to do myself. But
Netflix.
I don't really got a crew. Hey, Netflix.
No. We know a couple of crews,
Mm-hmm.
right? Shout out to Otis Reed. I'm talking about you, Otis. You have a story here that you may want to get into. So
Yeah.
I'm going to connect you with Otis, see if you guys, vibe. And
never know,
he's got a movie on Amazon.
No way. That's
Grizzly
awesome.
City Boy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he's always looking for new projects, so maybe that'll be something you guys can collaborate on. Because I would love to follow and continue to follow the Michael. Mike. I was gonna say Michael Westbrook.
Yeah.
Matthew Westbrook.
Michael or yeah.
Where'd I get Matthew Westbrook?
Matthew
Oh,
Westwood.
Matthew. So what's next on the agenda? Just forge ahead with what exists now, or is there different types of diets or ideas that you want to try?
Like I said, I'm not gonna be on the sugar diet for the rest of my life, kind of thing. I'm just using this as a vehicle to get to my goal, getting a lot more nutrients in my body and stuff like that. And so what's next? It's just keep pushing. Just that's it, man. Just don't stop.
How often are you checking in with doctors?
With doctors,
Because they always say when you're going to take on a diet or any sort of strenuous physical activity, I don't know if you guys heard this, you're supposed to check in with your doctor first.
Yeah. No, I have doctors and stuff I meet with. I still have my license for driving bus.
So is that in the future for you?
Yeah, that's my goal. I want to get back to driving bus.
What do you need to do to get back?
Well, they won't hire me back at the local bus where we work, is where we live.
Because
even though I had good reviews there, man, I had
they
excellent
feel
reviews.
like you're going to be a liability?
Yeah, no, it's because I quit too many times there in the past.
Oh.
So the former boss there point blank said, well, we don't like quitters. And I respect that. Yeah, so that's the only reason. But I won't work with them, but definitely will try to work with somebody who will be willing to hire me when I'm fit to drive dump the city bus, but maybe a school bus. Or
Yeah,
something
would
like
you be
that.
open to a school district?
Oh, yeah,
Because I know
absolutely.
the school
Yeah.
district, a lot of times, I don't know about out here, Jim, but there's been a shortage of bus drivers.
There has, yeah.
Yeah, I think everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
There is.
that's always there for
Even
you.
the city, even Kings County, they're short on bus drivers right now.
What's
but-
the beauty of driving a bus?
Oh man, just taking people to their destinations and being part of their life. Like you take people to doctor's appointments, you're taking them to to go see their family or going to the store shopping. Necessities, and understand how beautiful and how important transportation is, and just being part of it. Being that person that they see in the morning, saying good morning to them, and have a good day. Just a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have people in their lives, that are there for them, and so just being something stable for them.
Given the struggles, talking about losing your father at an early age, losing your best friend, your mother at 18,
Yeah.
and going to a dark place,
Yeah.
what do you think got you out of that? Because you're clearly not there now.
Yeah.
What pulled you out of the darkness?
As just my faith in God, definitely that.
Amen.
Yeah, and then just love for my family. That's it. There's certain things I haven't even talked out loud, and no man on earth known that that I have gone through with those situations. But yeah, I'm just keep on pushing, and that's my belief system. And I encourage anyone, if they're going through something in life, like just don't give up, man. Like it's worth it in the end. Just keep pushing. The world is a better place with you in it, and like don't ever forget that. That's it. Like we need you.
I'm glad you're saying that, Matthew, because one of the things that I'm very passionate about, and I've shared this with Jim and with my friend Paul off camera in the past, is this idea of mental health.
Yes.
I wear the wristband, the mental health
Oh wow.
matters. I got one for you. But the one that really hits hard for me is suicide.
Oh yeah.
This idea that I no longer want to be on this earth, and that a lot of people, they think that this earth is better off without them.
Yes.
And that hurts my heart.
Yeah. It
And
really
so for you to
does.
say that out loud, that, you do matter, and that I really appreciate you saying that on camera. I think that means that's a message that we must repeat more often.
Oh, absolutely.
You never know, right? What
You
somebody's
never
going through.
know. You never know what people are going through, and it's just a sad reality, you know.
Do you feel like it ever got that bad for you?
Oh,
Or
absolutely.
you didn't want to be on this earth?
Many times.
And what do you think kept you from
Um,
making that ultimate decision?
yeah, just the spark. I'll tell the story real quick. No one knows. Hopefully, my sister doesn't see this interview. One time it was right after my mom passed away, and I drove my car to San Francisco. I won't get too detailed, but and went to the Golden Gate Bridge, and I went walking on the bridge, and the thought just consumed me. Tears were falling down my face, and I just remember looking over the edge and stuff, and I was just like, dang, man. Like my life is over. My everyone I loved is gone, and that whole thing. And then somehow some weird happened, right? I literally tried to lean over, and I couldn't get my big body over. I'm not laughing. This is sad, but I couldn't get over it, and I couldn't lean over the edge, and man, dude. And this older lady walked over to me when I stopped trying to do that, trying to just see what's going on the other side. And she walked over towards me and started just talking to me and stuff, and made me feel good. And I don't know, she didn't know what was happening. She didn't know I was thinking about the idea or looking over the edge. And she kind of saved my life in that moment, you know? And we were just talking about she made me laugh. I can't remember specifics what we were talking about, but oh man, dude. And yeah, that was my situation at that time. And
Did you get her name? Did you ever get to see her again?
No, she was really old. I was shocked she was on the bridge. She was very feeble. I don't even think she was real. She probably wasn't even a real person. I don't know.
What do you think that was?
I don't know. It was the craziest thing I ever experienced. It just tripped me out. And I just remember going back after talking to her, walking back to my car, and just crying again, and what the heck? What was I I wasn't gonna do it. But just the thought of me looking and seeing oh man, there's netting right here. Let me go down to this part, and just thinking man, dude, what am I doing? You know, I got a lot to live for and live for. You know, life is beautiful, even though there's sad parts in it, and that's I kept pushing.
You ever heard the term that people sometimes share, a guardian angel?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Do you think she might have fit in that category?
Possibly, yeah. Maybe that's just her job. Maybe the state of California hired her to be there for people like me.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, I'm glad I'm here too, man. There's certain music artists I used to listen to that growing up really helped me too. His whole message was to keep going and that you're not alone, kind of thing.
Who's the artist?
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, yes, yes.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of him growing up, man. And I was just man, dude, if I can meet him one day, I appreciate it very much. And then
Kid Cudi,
yeah,
if you're watching right now, Matthew and Lamore, he's got a YouTube channel. We're gonna tag you on this. Reach out to your boy.
Yeah,
because you helped save his life at some point.
For real. Yeah, when my father passed, that was a very dark thing. And yeah, Cudi, man. Yeah, of course, God, of course, God. Yeah. And,
amen.
My family and my wife and stuff like that now. And my two puppy boys, shout out to Ranger and Copper.
Ranger and Copper.
Yes, they keep me alive,
They walk with you?
Yeah, I walk with them. Not the place, but, around my neighborhood and stuff like that.
Beautiful. Man.
Dude, I've never said these things out loud. This kind of blows my mind, bro.
We're kind of known for that, right, Jim?
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
You gave me some true serum. I don't know, man. Crazy. Yeah.
You're going home and feel man, I got that off my chest.
I know, right? I'll be oh my goodness, this is going to be online.
This is what you do, though. You're transparent.
Yeah, but that was crazy. Super transparent. Oh,
so
man.
I want you to throw out for my audience real quick and Jim's audience, share your YouTube channel where they can find you.
Yeah, just Matthew with one T, Mathew.
Oh, clever.
Westwood. Yeah.
Matthew Westwood. in the house
Yes.
at the Chances Are Production Studios with RobLive.
Yes, Matthew Westwood.
If you guys got anything from today's episode with Matthew, if any way it touched your heart, please share what we're doing. That's the whole point, is to reach out and get these positive messages out to people. You're very inspirational, Matthew, and people need to hear your story. Like, subscribe, reach out to us. Jim loves feedback a lot more than I do. I take it personal, but he learns and grows from it.
Yes,
Till
I
next
do.
time, as we always say in the studios, from Matthew, from Jim, from Paul off camera, it's love, peace, and chicken grease. We out.